Well, it's over.
So what I'm hearing is you're saying no chance.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe, and welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Friday, October 10th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, hanging out with the compañeros this morning. We got the lovely Grace Monroe, and I got the fly guy at Ace Avenue. All you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. Grace and Ace, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling better than I was feeling. I'm in a little bit of, denial, shock. I don't know, I still can't believe that I'm not going to watch this team play baseball anymore, this week or next week. But yeah, I'm better than I was. Ace, how are you?
Grace, I'm gonna need some beautiful stylings to harmonize with me. How do I say goodbye
Ooh.
to what we had?
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling right now. 2 days after, still feeling the same way.
Yes.
Boys to Men always hits.
Yeah, boys, but yeah, shout out to Boys and Men. You know, if you know, you know. But yeah, like both Grace and Ace said, the season is over. The Toronto Blue Jays advanced to the ALCS. Game 1 is tonight, and they beat us. They were the better team than the New York Yankees. They celebrated on our home field. They were able to soak that in. I got a lot of cheese made to talk about because there were some players that were rubbing it in more than others. But ultimately, the Yankees lost. We're going to have this conversation. We're going to point out some flaws from this team. We're going to point out maybe some positives. I got to talk about Yankee fans because you guys showed your whole ass after that defeat. Just I wanted to point that out. But first and foremost, let's shout out this beautiful chat that we have of amazing people who have supported us this entire season. Because yes, the season is over. Yes, we're going to talk about the doom and gloom of what happened. But at the same time, I think we got to take a second to celebrate everybody who supported us during the season. So shout out to my guy, Jonathan, who was in the building. Jonathan says the Yankees need to move on from many people. And I would start to think of a replacement at shortstop. Oh, we'll get into that, Jonathan. Don't you worry. Shout out to my guy, Jacob Petruzzi, one of the best moderators that are out there on Twitter. Jacob, thank you so much for this entire season, brother. I appreciate you, my guy. Jacob is dropping Ace's channel in the chat. Make sure you guys give a subscribe to my man, the Ace Avenue. We got our good friend Tina in the morning. Good morning, Brew Crew. Good morning, Yankees Morning Brew. Absolutely. Mr. John Cooper said, Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome is a sign you're a Yankee fan. The players will change, but management stays the same, and so will next season's results. Shout out to John Cooper. I'm going to put a star on that. That's probably one of my favorite comments I've seen in a while. Dee's channel is in the building. Stephen B., my guy Eddie Snaps is in the building. Eddie, how are you doing? Hayden Bayer is in the building. Shout out to my guy Hayden Bayer who's here. Merck So Saucy. Of course, our guy Dave Eisenberg is in the building. Guys, we got over 30 people. We got over 20 people in the building watching us collectively. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When it comes to subscribers, we are at 5,731. So thank you guys so much for supporting us. But we will still bring you Yankees content during the offseason. We just got to figure out what it be. But let's get into the conversation. Grace or Ace, whoever want to take the mic and go off first, the floor is yours.
Not it.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Ladies first. Oh no. Listen, I just want to say that I saw some people on Twitter saying that that they were getting condolence messages from their friends and family because they know that they're such a diehard Yankees fan. And I thought, where are my condolences from my friends and family? And then I thought, oh yeah, my family knows better than to call my ass right now. They know they have to give me at least a couple of days, right? So this morning, my mom called me I said, she called me as I was getting ready for the pod, and I thought, am I going to answer? No, yes. I said, all right, I'm going to answer. I said, hello. And Mom goes, honey. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, are you okay? And I go, no, I mean, I'm all right, Mom. And I was talking to my mom, and this is why I bring it up. I'm not as upset as I was last year because the way they went out, right? We got outplayed. The game plan, we got out game planned. Our athletes didn't show up when they needed to show up, and we'll get into all this. Last year, we committed 5 errors in the top of the 5th inning and blew a 5-run lead. It was a lot. That was worse. That pain was worse. And so that's the only positive thing I can say. And then there's a couple other positive things that I can hold on to for next season. But I guess we'll get there when we get there today in the conversation. But that's kind of, it's not, it could have been worse. Did y'all see how the Phillies lost?
Yeah, that was tough.
You know, it could have been worse. And I loved the 2025 Yankees. I loved the team. I loved the guys that we had. I'm disappointed a lot, you know, and I'm mad at certain players and certain things. Yeah, I don't know. Ace, help me out.
Yeah. Like we were talking about a little backstage, you just get to the point where you're desensitized over this shit already. And like 16 years and counting for these New York Yankees. And yet again, they find a way to just ultimately break our hearts. First and foremost, shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays who straight up beat us. BTA, they put belt to our butts for real. And congratulations to them. There's no ill will on this side. Honestly, I hope that, you know, it's weird to say, I hope that they win it because I want to see Donnie get one. I want to see Donnie at least get one ring. He hasn't been able to get one in his career. You know what? Go for it. If you're going to beat us, go for it. Do what you got to do. It is what it is. But the Yankees in this series were severely outmatched, not just in this series, but the entire year by this Toronto Blue Jays team. I was on record where I thought the Toronto Blue Jays were fraudulent. It turned out that the Yankees were the ones that were the frauds. And it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, especially like when you invest so much time in this team. Like I called a lot of play-by-plays. I didn't do a whole 162, but I do about 150 plus 3 hours a night on this team.
You did a lot. Bro.
Yeah, appreciate you. And then, you know, you guys have given me the honor of, you know, giving me that third chair over here. So we're investing our hearts and souls into this team.
The honor.
Yeah, for real. It's a true honor to be on here.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you honor us. You deciding to join us really has been amazing. I'll let you keep going. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to chime in.
You're good, man. But like I said, it is an honor to be here, right, with you guys, talking about a team that we love so much in our New York Yankees. And for them to constantly break our hearts, it's demoralizing at the end of the day. It's frustrating. Whatever feelings you want to feel, like 2 days removed, if we did this show yesterday, I'd be a lot more pissed off than I am right now. I think because the Giants won, I'm a little bit happier right now.
Hey,
but, you know,
that was a great game.
Shout out to Cam Scatterboo, aka the walking CTE.
That's right. But this has been a summer of Cams. This has been the winter of Cams, October for Cams. Cam Slitler, Cam Scatterboo. Let's go. But
there's going to be a bunch of babies born in New York tri-state area named Cam.
Whoever is in this next draft, your name is Cam. Get him, Yankees. Just go ahead and get him.
That's it.
Facts.
But you know, there are a lot of things to take away from this 2025 season. To me, it's another failed season for the New York Yankees because, like, it's either championship or bust. That's where I stand with this team because I've seen the good times. I've seen the championships. There's no moral victories in this to me, especially with how we went out. The only bright spot, actually, there's 2 bright spots, I would say. Cam Slitler looks like we got a dog, a future ace. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? He was not the reason we lost. And another reason we didn't lose. Now we can finally stop saying Aaron Judge cannot perform in the postseason. You can take that. Throw it away. I don't even want to hear it no more, ever again. Aaron Judge showed out, and the team let him down.
Yeah. Hey, I got to piggyback off of what you just said when it comes to Aaron Judge. Absolutely. I think the rest of the team let the captain down. And for me, because it was my last day being able to be at Yankee Stadium covering the game, working media, I don't do good with like final goodbyes and stuff like that. It's not about the team. For me, it's not about the team. I've built relationships with the security guards that work in Yankee Stadium, with the people that work in the cafeteria, the concession people, with the cleaning people that work at Yankee Stadium. My eyes are tearing up talking about it. Those are the people that I'm going to miss. The people that I saw on a day in, day out basis, the security people that work the media gate, the security people that work the press box, Ernest, this old man that's been there since the 80s and since the 90s, who've seen some of the highs and some of the lows. Those are the people that I'm going to miss, on top of being able to come here every Tuesdays and Thursdays to have this conversation with Grace and now Ace, who's the third part of this show. And everybody that's in the chat, like I said, you guys have showed up this entire season. Back in the offseason when me and Grace, we met up at the winter meetings. Hopefully we could do that again. That was fun. And now we're going into the offseason. And like Ace said, it kind of sucks. It hurts not being able to root for your team and being able to have these conversations with you guys. Now it's like, all right, now we got to kick the ball, and we got to wait 6 months, 6, 7 months, 8 months for spring training to see what happens. And the merry-go goes round and round and round again. I say all that to say this. As a fan of the New York Yankees, we have been blessed and have been cursed with a great team and a great product, because when they win, it's beautiful. We all going to Disney World, right? When the Yankees win. But when the Yankees lose, your fandom gets tested. And the real fans separate themselves for the people that are just here for the celebrations when the Yankees win. And as a real Yankee fan, I got to say, I was very disappointed at the Yankee fans that were at Yankee Stadium who decided to take that time to throw beer containers and beer bottles and garbage at Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s family. Yankee fans do it to themselves. Yankee fans make it hard to be a Yankee fan with the way that you guys conduct yourself in the stadium. Why are we throwing beer bottles and beer cans at Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s family? That makes no sense. I understand that we're upset that we lost, but taking it out on people that's sitting in the stands, I just don't see it. It doesn't add up to me. Sorry if I veered different fucking lanes with that one.
I mean, it reminds me of when people were yelling at Anthony Volpe's father earlier this season, right? I mean, these people are people. They're humans. I mean, what are we doing? But happy for Vlad. He had a hell of a series.
Yeah, happy for Vlad.
Yeah, I mean, like he's a villain to the Yankees lore, but he's a great guy. He's a nice guy, a nice person with a nice family, and he's signed a huge contract, which is great for him, and he's backing it up. So, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's great for Toronto because we all know, look, I got no ill will against Toronto. I don't consider them a big time rival. I don't despise them like I despise the Red Sox.
Right,
like if it was the Red Sox that beat us, I wouldn't want to see the Red Sox win a World Series.
Right.
But it's good for Toronto because they were giving away money. They couldn't get anybody to take the money. Then Vlad decided he wanted to stay, and he paid dividends. He paid up. He showed up like the superstar that he is, and for people to try to take it on his family is ridiculous. Like Yankee fans, like I get it. We're a very passionate fan base, but we're becoming very toxic because of the 16 years and counting. But then when you look at how some fans act, sometimes we feel like some fans don't deserve a championship, right? Yeah. Because as much as us New Yorkers, heck, you know about this. When it comes to we have a rivalry with the city of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? New Yorkers think the city of Philadelphia, how they celebrate when they win championships, they're very toxic. We're getting to that point too. And we have no one to blame but ourselves at the end of the day. There are two types of fans. They're the overly positive fans, you know what I'm saying, that will always root for the team to win. And then there's fans that are negative, always that secretly root for the team to lose because they want to feel good at the end of the day. They want to be like, okay, this team failed, but I don't feel bad because they don't want to personally get their hearts broken like we do because we're positive. I would rather be that than be overly negative and a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And big emphasis on being a dickhead because like you said, we could be frustrated. We don't got to do all that extra stuff. And don't get me wrong, we're going to talk about the team. We're going to talk about this roster construction. We're going to talk about all of that. Stephen B says, not all fans. Game 3 jumping on the field was real classy also. Yeah, that was a whole Bitcoin commercial that was, regardless. But Stephen B, I could agree with you. It's not all fans. And I'm not saying that it's all fans. But if you're a Yankee fan, if you're seeing that type of behavior, and if you don't call it out, or if you don't try to put a stop to it, you're just as fucking guilty. You're just as guilty. If that is happening in front of you and you're not calling out that piss poor behavior, you're just as guilty for letting it happen. And now to other things. I want to shout out Theo AA in the chat. Grace, you must seen his post game celebrating with David Ortiz singing the Yankees lost. Yankees lost on national TV.
I did.
Yeah. Edgar Ortiz. I guess that's his middle name. John the Beagle Dad. Shout out to John the Beagle Dad. Richie Squires. This team was poorly constructed for the postseason, and they were paper tigers. So many poor decisions were made about the lineups and the whole development, coaches and front office analysis. NTG, I'm assuming it means need to go.
I just want to say, Vlad, can I just say real quick
Go
about
ahead,
what
go
Double A
ahead.
said? Vlad does that for his fan base. The Blue Jays fans love that shit. Okay? He doesn't do it, in my opinion, he doesn't do it to piss off Yankees fans. He does it to make his fan base, like, to ingratiate himself to his.
He hates the Yankees because how they treated him as a kid.
I know that he doesn't like the Yankees, okay? But what I'm saying is his fan base loves him for that stuff. They really hate the Yankees. All those fans hate the Yankees. They were like, okay, so you got to kind of think about it from his perspective. I hated that he did that on national television. I hated that they were playing New York, New York in their locker room. Like we don't even care about you. Like, you're dunking on us. Like, what are you doing?
I think he hates the Yankees more than the Toronto Blue Jays fans hate the Yankees. Like, it's bad. Like, I started going back and listening to like other interviews, like especially like on the Latino press run that he went on a few years ago. Like, he really despises the New York Yankees for how they treated him as a kid.
Yeah, but absolutely. He's a villain to us. But to them,
he's a hero.
The Blue Jays fans, he's a hero. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, you have to think about it from, I was talking about Vlad objectively earlier. Mm-hmm. He's a villain to Yankees fans, right? Yeah. But yeah, as a person, as an athlete, he's not a villain. He's just a villain to Yankees fans. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't when
Ken Griffey Jr. came out and shared his story of why he despises the Yankees, didn't view Ken Griffey Jr. as a villain after I figured out. And the same thing with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Finding out that the Yankees did the same thing. You didn't learn from Ken Griffey Jr. You thought you would learn with Ken Griffey Jr., but you did the same thing to Vladimir Guerrero Sr. when he tried to have his son on the field, and you told him you can't have any minors on the field. But when you look at home plate, you got all the Yankee players and their kids at home plate. So it's a double standard. And I think he held on to that shit as a kid. Kids remember certain things. If something happens to you as a kid, I remember the first time someone took my Power Rangers and broke them. I remember that shit, right? And that happened to me when I was like 5 or 6 years old. When this happened to Vlad, right, his father said Vladimir was only 4 years old. I don't know how he still remembers this. You remember when somebody does you wrong, especially as a kid.
Yeah. When he couldn't get on the field, that was his supervillain origin.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say
he legit, hey, right there, Grace. He legit, like, that's when it started. And you can see it by his play on the field. He has that extra oomph when playing the New York Yankees. I've seen plenty of times this year this dude take a 10-foot dive at the home plate because he's trying to get the home, gets up, energize the crowd, and energize the team. Like, you cannot be, I'm not mad at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as a person, but as a player, like, because he's killing us. It's like, dude, like, you're killing us. But to the victor go the spoils. It's as simple as that. Like, the Dodgers danced on our grave for a year, and now we're going to hear it from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for a year, because guess what? This is just the beginning. It is going to be a year-round thing. Playing New York, celebrating, popping champagne in our home field. The second year in a row, we're watching people celebrate at our house. And that's what the thing that pisses me off. I'm not pissed off at the players. I'm not. When he goes up there saying the Yankees lose to the victor, go to spoils. I'm mad at the organization for taking it. Like, they're just sitting there like, it's okay. Next year, like I said in my stream, this NY in the hat stands for next year. The Yankees will be like, oh, we really gonna get their ass at George Steinbrenner Field in the Tropicana Fruit League. Just wait till we face them. That don't mean shit to me. Like, that's what it comes down to. The Yankee pride, I question if it exists outside of us fans, because like all year round, we have not seen Hal Steinbrenner. We saw him one time, and that was the kiss of certain somebody's ass. That's it. Brian Cashman, even though I did enjoy the moves that he made this year, the roster construction as a whole is completely flawed. That's what somebody was bringing up as far as in the comment section. The roster construction. You went in with 3 left-handed catchers. You went in with a bunch of DHs, like Derek Jeter and A-Rod were saying. You still went in with no third baseman. You didn't really have a plan with Jason Dominguez. Early in this year, I said 2 things had to be happening this year for the Yankee goals. I want the Yankee championship and develop Jason Dominguez. They failed at both. And like I had said earlier, and I said it a couple times in the show, I appreciate Trent Grisham for what he's doing, but I do not want it at the detriment of Jason Dominguez, and that's exactly what happened. And we saw it bite us in the ass in the postseason. Trent Grisham was horrible, and Jason Dominguez provided some sort of spark at the end in a very limited sample size, but he gave us a little bit of hope of what this future could be like, because the Toronto Blue Jays flat out mashed us. Like, they weren't hitting home runs, but they were just keeping that line moving. When I see Jason Dominguez come up and hit a double in the gap, I'm like, we could have been doing that too. Like, that's exactly what we could have been doing if we would have played more of these guys. Play Caballero, play Dominguez, play Ahmed Rosario in the right situations. But I don't blame the Blue Jays or the Blue Jays fans for wanting Yankee tears, stuff like that. You deserve it. Drink it all up. And hopefully this team responds next year. But history has shown us it might be the same thing. We'll see.
I want to shout out some people in the chat right now. D's channel, shout out to you. Says, I completely agree, Hector, but you don't go on national television and talk. Be professional and keep it moving. I see what you're saying, but as soon as you throw beer cans at my brother, at my sister, at my cousins, at my family members, that professionalism shit gets tossed out the window. I know Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. No, when you go low, I go all the way low. I'm going beneath the fucking earth. That's how low I'm going. Shout out to D's channel, who's in the building.
Virgo.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 100% because I'm a Virgo.
And the thing is, you think that's not going to add fuel to the fire for him to want to come out and beat us again next year?
Oh my God.
You're adding more to it. Like, it's the same thing with Jose Altuve, the F. Altuve chance. You think you're not motivating him? Like, all you're doing is doing it to yourself.
Yeah, and as somebody that was like on the field at the end when they were like celebrating and stuff like that, I was able to talk it up with Vlad's family and stuff like that. Like, his brother, ay, manito, que lo que, da 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 da. And I met him once, and then like he came up to me and I told I was like, why are you pretending like you remember me? You don't know who the fuck I am. Why are you pretending like you remember me?
Because he's nice.
Because Vlad's brother is like really, really nice. Like, he's a sweetheart. He is real nice. I want to shout out my guy, John Brophy, who is in the building. One of the best camera folks, photographers that are out there. Make sure you guys are going to follow Brophy on all social media platforms, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Twitter, whatever you do. Shout out to John Brophy. Shout out to the work that he does with the folks over there at NYU. Also with Con La Bases as well, a Latino media outlet that covers the games at Citi Field and Yankee Stadium and all throughout Major League Baseball. So shout out to my guy, John Brophy, who is in the building. Let's shout out some more people who is here. Theo AA that says the people that did that to him are not even in the organization. No, they're still there. The security guards that did that to him are still there. Regardless, I'm mad about his family treatment by our fans, but screw him. I sing rootin' go red behind his back. Now blow. I'm not sure what the end of that. But shout out to Theo AA. TC still says, hey, Ace, Hal doesn't care about none of that. The fans are the ones who suffered through this pathetic team. TC, you ain't lying. Tim English says, saying this roster is a whack excuse. Hold Cashman accountable for third base, the pen, the shortstop. Those are weak positions coming into the season.
We said that. We've been saying it. This team has a lot of problems. Like, I would say this. My biggest takeaway this year, fundamentally, the Yankees looked a lot better. Like, adding guys like Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger definitely made this team look fundamentally sound, but the same issues happened that we've seen year after year. The offense flamed out, and the offense just couldn't do enough. And the two guys that led the league in wins also didn't hold their part. It's as simple as that. Mixed in and sprinkle a little bit on top with Aaron Boone being Aaron Boone, because I'll tell you what, that 7th inning royally pissed me off. Like, I was at the point where I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, we talked about it.
We were all caps in the chat.
that 7th inning, it just, Aaron Boone was like, let me remind you who I am. Let me go ahead and screw this game up and put the nail. He wasn't the reason we lost, but he put the exclamation point on that L. You have Paul Goldschmidt, who comes in, draws a walk, which, by the way, the Blue Jays manager leaving the lefty in there, like when that inning was over, they panned to him and you could see him smirk like, wow, I can't believe we got out of that inning because they set us up. They left the lefty in the face, Goldie. You don't pinch hit for Austin Wells. You allow Anthony Volpe to take in that bat, who was horrible this postseason. And then you're like, let's throw in Ahmed Rosario, who comes through with a single. Just imagine if you would have pinch hit Ahmed Rosario for Austin Wells and he gets a single. Now you have 2 on, nobody out. Even if you bunt with Volpe and those 2 runs score, you're down by 1 and you put pressure on them. But no, Aaron Boone still decides that he cannot manage his way out of a fucking paper bag. And it irritates the hell out of me that when we need him most, he's like the Avatar. He disappears. The world needed him most, he vanished.
If I ever see Austin Wells' face, it'll be too soon. I'm so sick of him. I don't even want to see his face. I don't want to see him on my team ever again. I cannot stand watching him at the plate. He tortures me and tortures me and tortures me, okay? And I'm not even talking about just his at-bat in the 8th inning. When he came up with runners in scoring position, bases loaded. He was the tying run. He was the tying run of a must-win elimination game. Win or your season is over. And your pitcher just walked a guy, and he fucking swings at the first pitch. Pops it up. Weak contact. Weak at-bats. Undisciplined. Terrible. Get him off my team. I cannot stand watching him anymore.
Yeah. Then he just walked 2 guys in a row. And swung at the first pitch.
I can't stand. And after the game, he looked the most unbothered of any of the post-game interviews that I watched. I can't stand him anymore, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah. It's a thing when it comes to Austin Wells. I have a video here that I want to play. Because somebody put in the chat, do you think it's the front office? Do you think it's Boone? So I have a video. This from Susan Waldman, WFAN. She was on with BT and Sal having a conversation. First off, shout out to Susan. Susan is a diehard Yankee fan. Just to let you guys know, she's a diehard Yankee. She gets pissed off just like we get pissed off, right? And at the MLB All-Star game, when I was there, I was walking through the corridors. It was in Truist Park in Atlanta, the day that the Yankees are playing the Braves. I was there for that game. So I'm walking through. I say hi to Susan, and I hear her having a conversation with somebody that does, I think it was Jeff Francoeur, or somebody else that with the Braves broadcasters, and you hear her say, you go all in for Max Fried. You spend all that money for Max Fried, but then you stop when it comes to third base and the rest of your roster construction. What is the message that you're saying to your fan base? And it's true. You're showing us you're going all out there to get Max Fried, but then we go into the season hoping that Oswaldo Cabrera, no shade to Oswaldo Cabrera, can do a good job until DJ LeMahieu or Jazz Chisholm can play third base. That's the decision we decided to go into the season. In the offseason, we lose Juan Soto. We decided we're going to go into the season and we're going to flip a coin. Hopefully, Oswaldo Cabrera can hold down third base until we figure out who's going to play, either Jazz or DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah. Because it just goes to show you the Yankees they're not all in when it comes to that. Like I like Waldo. Waldo is a glue guy. You should have just gave him the job from the jump. Like, it's unfortunate the team did not look the same once he went down, but it's just the roster construction of you constantly going in with all these holes. Like the same Yankee team that had IKF, who was a Gold Glove short third baseman, and let's put him at short. Like, they don't know what they're doing. Let's move Jason Dominguez, who's been playing center field to left field. They don't know what they're doing. It's as simple as that. But they think they do. They think they're smarter than all of us.
I want to shout out Miguel. My guy
Yo.
Miguel S with the $10 super chat, helping us keep the lights on here. Sub guys and gal, love your podcast. So basically, Derek Jeter said Boone isn't the one making the day-to-day decision for the Yankees, and I believe it'll hopefully change next season. Miguel, we literally have that right now. So we're going to play this video from Susan Waldman talking about literally what you brought up, and then we'll come back here. This video is like 1:37. It allows us to drink some water, take a breath, shake it off, and shake it off.
Who is making those decisions in game?
Okay, you're not going to like this because but people think that Aaron Boone is doing what they tell him to do. He is in lockstep with him. I don't understand why nobody understands this. He believes everything they believe. They go over a plan that they think this will happen, and this will happen. If it doesn't happen, Boone makes the decision of who can come out. But don't think that he disagrees with them. I mean, I don't think anybody gets that concept. When he had his interview here, one of the things that they did was make out lineups, and the analytics did it, and he did it, and they did it for a long time. He matched them all the time. He thinks just like this. And what do they think they do? That somebody calls down from Cashman Suite, and there's a phone in the dugout that says, bring in this guy?
No.
These decisions, in game, they're his. But the plan is that whole group. It's a group. It's not somebody sitting upstairs and coming down. It's together. And anybody thinks that Aaron Boone doesn't agree with them. That's why he got this job.
Right.
Yep.
You know, he believes in all this. If you think back to when he was on ESPN, he was always bringing up this weird analytic stuff. Back then, it was weird analytic stuff.
He was.
Just think back. He was.
Yep.
He was really out there. And
Yeah.
sometimes you'd watch him and you think, what? And we didn't know what that was back then. That's a long time ago.
It was. Oh, man.
You say, what is he talking about?
Damn, Susan sounded like a Yankee fan, right?
She's the realist. Give her the manager job. I'd be okay with that. Like, I mean, everything she said makes you share some light on it. Where it's not just it's a whole systemic issue. It's Aaron Boone is part of the problem. Like, people want to say he's handcuffed, he's the puppet, but if you're going lockstep with this organization, you're part of the problem. Look, it makes me think of this quote, man. Did you guys ever used to watch House MD? You guys know what that is, right?
I know what it is. When I was an EMT, everybody loved that shit.
Love that show. Gregory House, great quote, where he's like, you wake up in the morning, your paint's peeling, your curtains are gone, and the water is boiling. Which problem do you deal with first? None of them. The building is on fire. That's what it's like. That's what it's really like over here. It's not just one problem. You can't just pinpoint at Aaron Boone and say he's the problem. You can't pinpoint at Cashman saying he's the problem. You can't pinpoint at Howe saying he's the problem. It's all of them. It's a philosophy for the New York Yankees. Look at how the Blue Jays just kicked our asses by going out there, batting average. For everybody says batting average doesn't matter, it does in the playoffs because that means you're getting hits. The Yankees are built to win 162, but you don't win championships in 162. You win championships in October. We can slug our way to the postseason by hitting home runs off of 3, 4, and 5 pitchers, but every time you get into the playoffs, because of how this team is built, with no contact, not being able to keep the line moving, you got a shortstop that's striking out double-digit times that looks terrible. You got a catcher that's taking first pitch at bats. Jazz Chisholm, 30-30, still look terrible, but it's everybody, man. It's not going to change until the top, and I'm talking about Howe decides that he needs to be better.
Yeah.
Austin Wells never should have been in the position to take that at bat. Period.
You're right.
If he's going to just be a defensive catcher and we're not going to be able to count on his bat, which is not what we were told about him.
No.
That's the opposite of what we were told about him.
Yeah.
However, if that's where we're going, that's fine. Then you as a manager or front office or whatever the game plan is, whoever is a group, whoever makes the game plan, y'all have to be prepared to then have someone on the bench that you're A, going to have available, and B, willing to go to in a late inning situation because your catcher, your defensive first catcher who's not there for his at bat should never be in the position to take that game losing or winning or season ending at bat. That should never happen.
To Grace's point, right here. Here it is. Here it is. and he tried to bunt, and then he struck out. You go up there with 3 bats to warm up, and you try to bunt, and then you strike out.
That's so embarrassing. But honestly, I feel,
Volpe.
huh?
No, go ahead. I'm just saying I'm done with Volpe. I went into this year like this was the year because for me personally, I subscribe to the notion of threes, right? Where, for example, if I go to eat at a food place, it's really good the first time, it's really bad the second time. I'm going to go the third time to see if it's good or bad, and then I'll go from there. Volpe had a decent rookie year. Last year, stunk. This year, worse. So I thought coming off the playoffs, like that was my last straw for Volpe. Last year, I was okay. He came through for us in the playoffs. Maybe it would translate to the regular season, right? Regular season was trash. I'm like, okay, maybe playoffs he'll get started again. Gave us a big home run versus Boston. Done. So if he's not good in the playoffs and he's not good in the regular season, what good is he? The Yankees have a problem. Like next year, like we have to fix the shortstop spot and not fix Anthony Volpe. Stop trying to put that square peg in the round hole because it does not work. All the guys that we passed up on because we wanted to keep Anthony Volpe, we're looking stupid for it. Like it's not too late. Honestly, next year, I don't think they're going to cut him. So for me to sit here and say, like, DFA him, they're not going to do it. But he should not be afforded the opportunity to be handed the shortstop position. He should be able to earn it. If he earns it, great. But he should not be in spring training saying Volpe is our starting shortstop, especially when you have Jose Caballero.
The issue with the New York Yankees, and I think we all three hit on it. Well, you and Grace hit on it before I gave my take right now. It's a systemic issue with the New York Yankees, and it goes from the front office all the way down, right? They bring up, a lot of people like to use the analogy or the phrase like, it's a ship that's sinking and you're just patching it with Band-Aids instead of like replacing the fucking ship. And what's going on with the New York Yankees, that's the issue. Brian Cashman is at top, right? If you don't want to say it's Brian Cashman, then the people that are under Brian Cashman that he employed are the issues. Like the reason why, why aren't we getting explanations from Cashman? Why aren't we getting an explanation for Fishman? At the end of every post game, it's Aaron Boone that's there. It's Aaron Boone talking to the media. It's Aaron Judge talking to the media. I don't want to hear from them. Where is your exit press conference, Brian Cashman? Where is the exit press conference for the organization, Mr. Tim Fishman, explaining the analytics? Where is whoever's in charge of the analytical department or the analytic department? Why aren't you talking to the media, letting us know this is why you guys decided to construct the roster? Because it's one thing that we're getting it from Aaron Boone, and Susan Waldman brought up amazing points, how he's lockstep with the organization. Also, if he is in lockstep with the organization, if he's talking at the end of the press conference, we need to see end of the season wrap up press conference out of the door from the people in the higher ups. Am I wrong for asking that?
No, you're not wrong, but you're not going to get it. Like, I mean, we're not going to get it. Yeah, that would be great. Mm-hmm. But even if they did have one, do you think they'd actually tell us anything? They'd just tell us same old talking points and, rhetoric that they've been spewing for years. And we're a really good team, and we thought we had a good roster, and we wanted to make a deep run, and, we're disappointed, and we're going to put together the best team we can next year, blah, 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 bullshit.
Yeah. It's because the Yankees think, like we talked about it last show, what Buster Olney put out. The Yankees think they're successful. And from a business standpoint, they are. They're very lucrative. The Yankee brand is very successful. They make money. People sell out. They come in. They buy the merchandise. The chicken buckets are on fire. Like, that's what it comes down to. The Yankees look at this like they are successful. They do not, and it starts with Hal Steinbrenner. Hal Steinbrenner does not have what his dad has, where it's win by all means possible. Don't worry about anything else. For Hal, it's a business instead of baseball. That's what it comes down to. And this is why we always lose year after year to teams that just go out there and just play baseball. Where like Erica said, they're out here worrying about the wrong analytics. They're out here worried about exit velocity and launch angle. When they're putting bat on ball, we saw versus Cam was pitching well. But when they're putting bat on ball and it's a bloop down the line, easy double, another double. Next thing you know, we're behind the 8 ball, and they didn't even hit, and they're not even hitting a home run yet. So, but the Yankees are always. I'm tired of this approach where we're one swing away. I say that in the streams. I hear it all the time. I'm tired of saying it. I'm tired of saying we are one swing away, meaning the home run from being back in this ball game. Can we get 3 singles? Can we get 2 doubles to score a run instead of that and keep the rally on? Because when you hit the home run, great. It gets the crowd going. You're clearing the bases, and the pressure's no longer on the pitcher.
Ooh, I got a question.
Hector.
I got a question. Can we get a fucking leadoff hitter? Can we get a leadoff hitter? We haven't had a leadoff hitter since Brett Gardner fucking retired.
Can I just remind y'all that Austin Wells hit leadoff on opening day?
But he hit a home run.
He hit a home run, and he was a leadoff hitter in the minors.
But this is what I'm saying. He was the leadoff. He went from leadoff to 2 to 4 to 5, 6, 7. Now he's 9, and we don't even want to see him take his 9 slot at bat.
And also, Grace, to the point
that's how far.
To the point that you brought up, Grace, first of all, shout out to everybody who was in the building. We got over 45 people rocking out with us. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're sitting on 16 likes on YouTube. Let's try to get the 35, 40 likes. We don't got to get past it, but if we can get 35, 40 likes, we appreciate you guys. But to your point, Grace, when you brought up Austin Wells, when Austin Wells was drafted, the scout said he will make it to the major leagues with his bat alone. His defensive skills are his question mark. He would make it to the majors with his bat alone. Where's that bat at, Grace? I'm still waiting for that shit to show up.
Yeah, it's MIA as a motherfucker.
I'm gripping my Pokeball stress ball. You guys like my Pokeball?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. like leadoff is definitely one of the holes that we have to address next year, right? I never thought you'd hear this coming from me. I miss Gleyber Torres. No, I miss Gleyber Torres. Because at least Gleyber Torres was a table setter in the postseason last year. You can't deny that. And that's coming from me, who sat there and said Gleyber Torres would cost us playoff games, which he did. Gleyber Torres, I wanted him off this fucking team. I did. And I sat back when the cooler heads prevailed after the game. I was talking to my nephew. I said, I miss Gleyber. Especially after watching Jazz. Like, this isn't taking away anything from Jazz, but Jazz made a huge error too that cost us. I sat there and I said, if we had Gleyber Torres at the top of the order, I feel like our offense would have been different to set the table. I'm not saying bring him back, but
y'all are really trying me today.
I'm not. Make sure you say a name when you say y'all, because it's not me.
Okay, Ace really wants me to scream today.
But did I say anything unfair though? He set the table for us last year offensively. Like, how many times was he hitting a double? Soto and Judge.
Eric in the class, like, damn, we crashing out for real. Yes,
I hear you, Ace. Okay, I want to say, I hear what you're saying. But what I want to say to you and everyone else as a friend and as a fellow Yankees fan family member is, let's not forget the pain of Gleyber Torres. Okay, hold on. I hear what you're saying, what he did in the postseason, him batting leadoff. I got you. It was great. Okay. But let's not forget the pain of watching Gleyber Torres day in, day out, and over the years he was here, and all of the errors, all of the costly mistakes on the base paths, in addition to everything. Okay, hold on. Let's not go too crazy today. Okay, these rose-colored glasses. I know we're all in pain, but hold on. I'm here to help y'all. Okay, please.
If I may, so that means, Grace, you're ready for the Spencer Jones and left field treatment next year. Are you ready for that, Grace? Are you ready for the Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez spring training battle for left field?
I am ready to talk about Jason Dominguez. If y'all are ready to talk about Jason Dominguez. So everybody knows how much I love Jason Dominguez, okay?
Really?
This is what I want to say, and this may shock some people, okay? So if you have been here all year, you might prepare thyself to be a little bit shocked right now, because I'm going to say something, and I mean it. I mean it with my whole I'm gonna say it with my whole chest, okay? Play Jason Dominguez or trade him.
I agree.
He is not a bench player. He is a starter. Give him his reps or trade him. Okay? That's what I want to say. Trade him to a team where I can go watch them play. Trade him to the Rangers so I can drive my happy ass down the road and watch him play baseball.
Trade him to Houston.
He did get his first home run there.
Too far.
No, but I agree.
But here's what I want to say. Joel Sherman reported that he had heard, okay, so it's not like a official, this is what's happening, but he said, I heard that Jason was talking to the front office about playing winter ball in the Dominican Republic this winter.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
All right. If that's the case, then I would say go down there, take 1 million at bats from the right, or take all your bats from the left side. And tell the Yankees, decide with them, hey, I'm a lefty now, or I'm going to come back with full power from the right side as well. One of these things needs to happen because 1 foot in, 1 foot out of being a switch hitter, not being a switch hitter is killing him on this team because Boone or the front office or whatever refused to play him in a non-platoony, whatever the hell, cartoony situation that they've got him in, okay? So A, that's that. And then B, I would say, where do you want me to play next year? You want me in center field? You want me in left field? Where do you want me to play? And I would take all of my reps there. And I know they will play him because he is a starter and he is a talented young athlete. Y'all, a talented young athlete, okay, who works hard, grinds, and wants to improve. Who was the last guy on the team out of the dugout in game 4?
Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez. He was sitting there by himself on the bench. Then he started pacing up and down in the dugout by himself. Why? He didn't even get a chance to help, to play, nothing. He got treated like the redheaded stepchild of the team when in actuality, he was our number 1 fucking prospect. When he got his chance to come in, what did he do? What did he do after not having a single at bat for 3 weeks? He hit a double.
One of our best.
He worked in that bat. He worked in that bat with beautiful swings and then barreled up and hit a double in the gap.
Also, Kirshner, shout out to Chris Kirshner who put this out there. Jason Dominguez was the last Yankee to leave the dugout. And he stood a little bit while the Blue Jays were celebrating.
Yeah. Look, I really wish that the Yankees afforded Jason Dominguez the same opportunities they given Anthony Volpe.
Or to Tyler Wade. You remember Tyler Wade? You remember Tyler Wade got so much playing time.
Where they could do no wrong. Like Anthony Volpe, the golden boy, like that that last sequence where Jason Dominguez came in really made me like hate how the Yankees are operating with Anthony Volpe. I don't hate Anthony Volpe as a person or a player, but I hate how they're treating him.
Yeah.
You gave Jason Dominguez a garbage time at bat late in the game, which he came through, to his credit. But you did that more.
Can I just say, they thought he was going to strike out. They did it. They put him in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They thought he was going to fail, but they did it to save Volpe.
I was like, good for you, Jason. Stick it. Of course. Fucking flip them off. Yeah, that's what he did.
Because they did that move to save Volpe's pride and their egos. Because they don't want to be wrong about Anthony Volpe. Jason Dominguez next year should be afforded every opportunity to start, regardless of how bad the defense was. Because the defense was the reason why he didn't see significant playing time, along with how Trent Grisham was playing. Now, if you told me with the year that Trent Grisham had, he deserved the first shot at playing every day. But the second he started struggling, the change should have been made. You got to be more proactive with it. Like I said earlier in the stream, and I've said it all year, and I said it on my channel, I don't want Trent Grisham at the detriment of Jason Dominguez, and that is exactly what happened this year. So now this is 2 postseasons in a row. And when it comes to trading Jason Dominguez, Grace, I'm going to throw something back at you, right? If you're another team, why would I trade the value for Jason Dominguez when the Yankees for 2 years in a row didn't believe in him in the postseason? He couldn't get playing time over Verdugo, who was dog shit, and he couldn't get playing time over Trent Grisham, who was dog shit as well. So why would I give up a top prospect for a guy that you guys don't even believe in? That's
you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
But let me be clear. I don't want to trade Jason Dominguez because I want to get something back for him. I want them to trade him because I love and care about Jason
You want to
Dominguez
see him
and
get
his
some playing
career.
time. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't
That's
want
it.
to see them,
Yeah.
treat him like they did Peraza, Miguel Andujar, like all these guys that just they waste them and then they discard them.
Yeah.
And their careers are ruined.
Yep.
I don't want that to happen to Jason Dominguez. It's purely personal. I just want to be clear about that. I don't think you would get much back for him. It's purely personal for me.
I want him to be good here. I want him to be good here.
Me
like,
too,
give him the
but if
playing
they're not
time,
going to
like,
play him,
I want to bring up.
because
I was gonna say I want to bring up a tweet from Sean Marash from WFAN, who basically literally said the same thing that you said, Ace, who said the Yankees impatiently bailed on a critical development season for Jason Dominguez in lieu of one of a power surge for Trent Grisham, who is gone now. They were overly patient with a third-year bust in Anthony Volpe at the same time, an organizational mess that they created. 100%. And when you look at Anthony Volpe, I want to share this tab real quick. Marcus on Twitter put this. Anthony Volpe struck out 12 of his 14 at-bats. He hit 192. He hit 192. He had a 192 on base percentage. Basically, he ain't draw a wall. And he had a 346 slugging percentage because he got that one double in, I think, game 2 or game 1, whatever it was.
yeah, he's not trying to get on base, which is what he should be trying to do.
In that time span, with those at-bats that Anthony Volpe had the worst performance and struck out the most by any player in ALDS history with 14 at-bats.
you got to play the video. Heck, we got to hear it one more time.
Oh yeah, let me play the video. I gotta play this.
Let's see. So if Volpe is crushing it this year. Let's see. So if Volpe comes up crushing it this year, are you going to be like, hey, I guess their development system does produce hits? I don't know.
Movies in front of me. The movies this year weren't good.
Okay,
if
so
the
then
movies are good, next year we'll have a different discussion.
All right, and then I can hear you say, you know what? Remember last year? I look forward to that. I look forward to you telling me that when Volpe crushes it offensively this year for us, that you'll say, hey man, I guess your development program did a good job. And it was just sea legs under him his first maiden voyage year with not much AAA under his belt.
And I really think it's very interesting how you didn't say it was just maiden voyage sea legs problems when it was Jason Dominguez. But when it was Anthony Volpe, it was like, oh, it's just maiden voyage, sea legs problems, no problem, But
Look
when
at
it was
this.
Jason Dominguez, bench him.
Anthony Volpe's 73.3 strikeout rate was the worst mark ever in divisional series history. Minimum 15
history.
plate appearances. He made history.
Yep.
He made history. So Cashman was right with that a little bit.
Every time I see that Cashman clip, I think of that joke that Hector cracked a couple of weeks ago, where we should add that. Go ahead, get your money, man. Oh, I'm hopeful.
Oh, God.
They're still gonna be hoping next year.
They're still gonna be hoping next year, my guy.
That is so funny.
I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. And this music and take it away.
Y'all are so wild.
Hopeful, and you went away. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
When the caption comes up, Yankees are still hoping.
Yeah.
Here's 2026.
Still hopes that Volpe's an all-star in 2026.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been trying to figure out what meme I should make. You just helped me out. Thank you, Ace. I'm going to spend the next 2 hours making that. Thank you, Ace.
That is hilarious. I don't know what to do about Volpe or what to do with him.
Somewhere Aaron Boone is trying to find a lane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, because like we're screwed.
He's elite, guys. He's elite.
Yeah, he's elite defender. Elite basura. That's what he is. Elite Basura. Because dude, it's so sad because he's the shortstop for the Yankees. Like, and this is what's sad.
I know.
It's so sad because, like, with Jason Dominguez, right? I feel like they're gonna try to give Spencer Jones every opportunity, and I'm like, you're gonna phase out Dominguez, and like Volpe, you gave him a shot over Peraza, even though Peraza really didn't deserve it. But the fact that we're throwing this guy out there every single day, and he's setting lows, and the excuses they're making for him, and like everything, it's sickening. It really is.
Watching him with listen, Volpe is a true victim of the 3 true outcome era of the Yankees minor league system, launch angle, all that shit, right? I mean, they told us that they revamped it as of right now, right? But when Volpe was coming up, wasn't he under that era?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and look at him with his look at his upward swing all the time. I mean, he's y'all, he is lost, and it's because the Yankees have told him, no, don't worry about it. Go out there. We want you to hit home. You're a home run hitter. We want you to hit home runs. You hit 20 home runs for us a year, and we're going to be happy with that bullshit. They have him so turned around. I still, to this day, I want to say, I believe that Anthony Volpe is a talented athlete. Do I want him as my shortstop? No. But I'm saying there is a talented athlete in Anthony Volpe. He's so confused and twisted, and the game plan for him has never been right. And I think on another team, he could have some success, or maybe it's too late now. Maybe they ruined him.
No,
but I think there was a point. Huh?
I think he could have success on another team.
Yeah, I do. If they I'm telling you. And so for me, I want to keep that hope, but like that hope is not enough. Like, we have to have results, okay, for the shortstop, especially when you have another viable option on the team right now in Jose Caballero.
I want to share this video, and this was the video that I'm like, all right. I may get in trouble for tripping someone. I'm making jokes.
He's black.
Max Scherzer.
Is black, Hector. We can't see anything.
You can't see anything? Oh my God. All right, so I have to figure out. It's Max Scherzer out on the field.
Act it out for us.
Max Scherzer came out on the field. He came out on the field, and he's like, come on. He specifically wanted to get the Yankee logo in the back for his selfie as he celebrated. Him and Kevin Gosman, we got the Yankee shit. These players were waiting for this. They were waiting to celebrate on the field at Yankee. Remember when I told you, and I told you guys in the text thread, Alex Cora got his guys ready to celebrate hard if the Red Sox win? This is what they wanted. This is what the Red Sox wanted to do. What the Blue Jays did, this is what the Red Sox wanted to do.
Do you remember when the Rangers won the World Series? And 4 former Yankees got together and took a photo together. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are they doing taking a picture together? Oh, they just wanted to take a picture of the former Yankees who thought they were going to win with the Yankees, but actually now they won with the Rangers. It was Aroldis Chapman, Jordan Montgomery, Nathan Eovaldi, and David Robertson. I can't remember. Was it
D-Rob? Yeah, it was Robinson.
They were like, guys, like this is the ex-Yankees crew. Let's get together. That's what they were doing when they just won the World Series. Were they worried about their World Series championship, their trophy, celebrating for Texas, celebrating for their fans, No, they were out there making a mess. Just being like, let's take a picture together, former Yankees. I mean, the hate is real.
It adds to the ha-ha Yankees. That's what it comes down to. Just everybody laugh at the Yankees. The world wins when we lose. And Cashman, Howell, they're okay because they're in the green. They made money. We sell out. It's cool. You know, we'll get to the world. We'll get to the postseason, win a couple of rounds. We lose.
I think I got
Everybody's
the-
talking about us. It's all right.
Yeah, I got the video right here.
Mad Max, Max Scherzer.
Yankee Stadium to that. Yeah, there we go.
Look. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Oh, I don't hear Grace. I think Grace is muted.
Grace is
Yo,
in such
I just had to
shock and awe that
unplug and
she's-
plug back in.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Max remembers when the Yankees were good. He's like 40, so
Pepper's Farm remembers. Do you? I do.
I mean, hey, when Max Scherzer and his generation of athletes is gone, like people won't even remember when the Yankees were good. Like then it won't even be a thing anymore. So hey.
So, something else that I wanted to point out and have the conversation about, because we this entire season we went without our ace Garrett Cole, and credit to both Max Fried and Carlos Rodon in the regular season, they carried us, but in the postseason, in the ALDS, in the 3 games, the New York Yankees starting rotation, 8 innings, 18 hits, 15 runs, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts with a 16.88 ERA.
Can you make that bigger? Can you like zoom it? Yeah. Oh my God.
And I think this is not including the game with Slittler. I don't think that's including Cam, because Cam pitched 7 innings?
Yeah. I saw them throw up a stat on the screen that was like, this is the first Yankees starter to enter the 4th inning or something like that. And I'm like, what the?
I think Ace is frozen. Ace, you there? Yeah, I think he's having a connection issue. I'm just taking him down until he rejoins.
Max Fried laid a big ol' egg for us. Honestly, Max Fried to me is the biggest disappointment of the ALDS. That of all the guys, that guy disappointed me the most of anyone on the team in the division series. Going down 0-2 in a 5-game series is signing your death certificate. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the Yankees ended up winning 1 game and fighting back 1 game, but to be forced to win 3 games in a row, like, y'all, we knew that the odds were not in our favor.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we had our ace on the mound. We had our ace without Garrett Cole on the mound. And not only did he lose the game, but he gave up so many runs in such little amount of time that he got pulled in the 3rd inning.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely unacceptable. Like unacceptable.
And during the regular season, after the Yankees lost a game, Max Fried was a stopper. He was the guy that if the Yankees lost, you knew you was going to get a victory the next day. Because during the regular season and a Yankees loss or following a Yankees loss in 16 starts, Max Fried was 11-1 with a 1.98 ERA. That pitcher did not show up Sunday against the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2, and we're sitting here now scratching our head thinking or hoping or wondering what the Yankees are going to do next season. Ace, what's your thoughts on Fried, his performance? Folks in the chat, shout out to Slow Burner. I'm going to take a second. Shout out to Slow Burner and all you Blue Jay fans. Celebrate. This is the shout out to you guys. You guys had the better team. Now you guys go on. If you lose to the Mariners, I will be the first person to clown your ass. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, it was pure disappointment. Like when we were talking about right before the postseason started, one of our concerns, Max Fried was not one of them. Remember the days that we sat here and we thought our bullpen was going to blow it for us? They actually performed very well. And it was our starters and yet again our offense that just let us down. But like Hector was saying, Fried was a stopper and we needed him. But it just goes to show you too the what if, there's an alternate universe out there, Yankees win a division and you start Fried game 1. Maybe he goes out there and gets a dub. We don't know, but this is why you got to take the regular season serious. Like you went out there throwing Luis Hill out there, you're behind the 8 ball already. Fried gets shelled. Next thing you know, we're out of here. And yeah, unfortunately, like it just didn't pan out. Hopefully next year with Garrett Cole back, he'll be that ace, and Cam Slittler in a full season can be that guy as well. And, we can have a deadly rotation. But yeah, Max Fried absolutely let us down. Carlos Rodon as well. I gave Carlos Rodon a ton of praise saying like he wasn't the guy from year 2 and year 1 that imploded when things went wrong. But then he did in this start right here in the postseason. Now, granted, he was getting squeezed a little bit, but you got to be able to overcome that. But you could visibly see he was shook right before that Guerrero home run, which, Snyder should have struck out. Yes, no doubt. That was a strikeout that the umpire did not call. ABS, ASAP. Ain't that what they say, heck?
Facts.
But
yeah,
the
if
very
Aaron
next pitch,
Judge hadn't bailed Rodon out, he'd be sitting in the in the penalty box right next to Max Fried.
exactly.
But Aaron Judge bailed him out. We ended up winning that game, and so Rodon nobody's talking about Rodon that much. But yeah, I mean, look, you are our high-paid starting staff. Like you are like Rodon's getting paid a lot of money. And Max Fried's getting paid a lot of money to show up in the postseason. What both of those guys did for us this season was incredible. And their performance in the postseason should not take away what they did for the team all year long. Okay. That being said, they let us down in the postseason. Those two things can be true.
Yeah.
This offseason is going to really, in my opinion, is going to really test the fandom of Yankee fans. This offseason needs to be a make or break offseason for the organization and for the fan base. If you call yourself a diehard Yankee fan, it's time for you to put your diehard pants on right now. Because yes, they lost. Yes, I'm frustrated with the team. Am I going to be at Yankee Stadium next year working media for Latino sports covering this team? Absolutely. Am I going to be in spring training doing the same thing I did at the start of the season? Absolutely. Am I going to try to figure out a way that me, Grace, and Ace could be at the winter meetings having a conversation and doing a live together? We're going to figure that shit out. Absolutely. And Yankee fans, we got to ask yourself, are you guys in it for the perks of being a Yankee fan, or are you in it for the growth of being a Yankee fan? And the perks are 27 damn championships. I'm here personally for the growth of this team, of this organization. So I want to ask you guys, with this free agent list that we have right here, shout out to Grace who sent it to me this morning. With this free agent list from the Yankee Report, Grace, I'll let you lead off the conversation. If you want to point out some names, you could go down the list and give us your thought or who you want to keep and who you let go.
All right, so this is gonna hurt, y'all. Y'all just buckle up, okay?
Buckle in, click.
First name on the list is just breaking my heart because Cody Bellinger is a free agent, and shout out to the chat who let us know that this morning Cody announced that he has exercised his option and he is now a free agent. I want to bring Cody Bellinger back. I don't think that they will. That's just how I feel. I think they should. I want them to. I beg them to. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
First baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Unfortunately, thanks for the memories, my guy. Great guy, great person, Hall of Fame career. I don't think he'll be back.
No.
Outfielder Trent Grisham, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. And Devin Williams, I don't think he's coming back. I think he'll go somewhere as a closer, and I think he'll be paid. I think he salvaged his season a little bit there towards the end. Probably a smaller market team. I could see him maybe going to be the closer for one of those guys, not coming back to the Yankees. Luke Weaver, breaking my heart as well. He's not coming back. Tim Hill, I do think they will bring him back. We have a club option on him. He's very affordable. He, knock on wood, has been able to stay healthy. I think he'll be back. Jonathan Loaizaga, get the fuck out. Utility Ahmed Rosario. I don't know what they're going to do with Rosario. I don't know anything about his. I don't know how old he is.
I can say this real quick. I think they'll try everything they can to bring him out, bring him back, because before trading for him for the past 3 off seasons or 2 off season, Brian Cashman has been knocking on his door and been wanting to bring him inside the fold for the Yankees. He got his first taste. I think he liked his time with the Yankees. I know I had conversations with him, with the media. I think he'll be back with the Yankees.
I liked him. I don't know. What about Cabrera? Because will they have 2 utility? I don't know. Anyway.
Cabrera's still on the contract, and you got Caballero also.
I know. So we'll have 3 utility guys?
Yeah. For me. Go ahead, Grace. You can finish your list. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ryan Yarbrough, I really liked what I saw from Ryan Yarbrough. I don't know the extent of his injury. I suspect that there's something going on there because I think that there's something going on there because he wasn't on any postseason rosters, and I thought that was like weird. So I think he might be re-injured or still injured. So I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I wouldn't hate a a short-term deal with Ryan Yarbrough again for the bullpen. Right-handed pitcher Paul Blackburn, I don't care. Outfielder Austin Slater, nothing. I feel nothing. So that's my list. It hurts a lot, and I do think that there's some trade possible bait on the team.
What about you, Ace? What's your list, brother?
I've said it for a long time already. Cody Bellinger's priority number 1 for me in this offseason. I'd bring him back. Ahmed Rosario, I'd bring back depending on what's going to happen with Oswaldo Cabrera. I would definitely be open to bringing him back. Here's going to be a controversial one, but I would do it. I'd bring back Devin Williams. I really would.
For
I'm very
the
high
8th,
on Devin Williams.
like setup guy?
Yep. I'm very high on Devin Williams. I would give him another a 1 year, a little heftier contract for him to like kind of prove it, because I think he'll get that anyway. I think he's going to get I think I can see like the Dodgers giving him a 1 year deal, just kind of like prove it before he ends up getting like a mega deal. I'd bring back Devin for the sole purpose of he got off to like one of the worst starts imaginable for a lot of different circumstances, right? And then he's proved himself in a lot of moments as well, especially when it came to the playoffs. I think another year in the Bronx could do him well. Now I understand the flip side of that. People are going to say he cost us the division. I agree. I understand that. But I still I still believe that this guy is one of the better closers and one of the better late game pitchers in the game, despite all that. Just imagine Devin Williams, Bednard. I loved what I saw from Camilo Duvall in the postseason. Duvall looked lights out. You go in there with that 3-headed monster. You bring back up Jake Bird next year, who is a project piece. Yankee fans going to look at him in the first 2 starts that he got shelled, but they brought him in knowing he was going to be a project. Those 4 guys could solidify the bullpen. Tim Hill, he's kind of getting up there in age. I feel like there are better left-hander options that we could definitely discuss in future episodes. Luke Weaver, appreciate you for what you did last year. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Trent Grisham is probably going to get paid by somebody else. Hit him with the QO. Hit him with the qualifying offer. After what he did in the postseason, I don't even want to offer him the qualifying offer. I'm so done with that dude. Let him go. Goldie, it's hard for me to. If Goldie was first of all, he was a steal earlier this year with but I wouldn't start him every day. I wouldn't start him. If Goldie came back for less than $10 million a year because he's older now and platooned on the bench, and you let Ben Rice get that first shot, and Goldie only came in to hit lefties, I'm okay with that. Yarbrough, Slater, Blackburn, they can do without. Jonathan Weisger's his arms probably fall off again in the Bronx. I don't want to see him. So those are the guys. Like I said, 3 guys I would keep. Bellinger's number 1. I'd be open to Ahmed depending on what happens with Cabrera, because as soon as Cabrera went out, I was screaming for Ahmed Rosario. And Devin Williams, I'm open to bring it back.
Great list for both of you guys. I'm going to bring up this super chat from Miguel. Miggy S, sorry that I missed you, but the $2 super chat helping us keep the lights off. Can we talk about Belly opting out? We need him back. 100%. That's why I was saving this super chat for when we got here at this portion of the conversation. So I'm just leave you up right there. My fault for that, brother. But starting off, I just want to say when it comes to Jonathan Loaisiga got injured. So I just want to put that out there into perspective or into context. He got injured, and that's why the Yankees cut him. I think it was something with his shoulder or a cap or whatever, but he's done. He's probably not going to pitch next year, probably back the year after. So I just want to put that out when it comes to Jonathan Loaisiga. The rest of this list, Cody Bellinger, obviously we have to make him a priority and bring him back. What he's going to get in free agency, what other teams are going to offer him, I do not know. When it comes to Paul Goldschmidt, I'm right there with you, Ace. If we could have him sign for $5 million, the same money we gave to Trent Grisham, and have Ben Rice be the primary first baseman and Paul Goldschmidt just be that veteran leader off the bench. If you have to cut him in the middle of the season because he's not performing, it's easy to eat $5 million than it is to eat $10 or $15 million. When it comes to Trent Grisham, he's gone. He gone. What they say in Chicago, he gone, as the guys say in Chicago for the White Sox anytime someone hits a home run. Trent Grisham, if you could slap on a qualifying offer, you do it, but then you risk him accepting it, and then you're stuck with Trent Grisham for another year. So I'm not even sure if I want to attach a QA to Trent, but he got to be gone. You got to give Jason Dominguez that time in left field. If you're going to give it up to Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, whatever it is, but Jason Dominguez should take priority over anybody the Yankees have in their system or in their organization. Down the list, Devin Williams. Interesting to see. I could see a team like the Cleveland Guardians trying to get Devin Williams because they won't have Clase next year. I could see a team like the New York Mets just because they love signing former Yankees. I could see the Mets going after Devin Williams. Maybe they could find something. David Stern was the GM in Milwaukee, so they have a relationship dating back some time. I would like to get him back for that 8th inning. I think Luke Weaver will be coming back with the Yankees. And this is the one thing I think I differ from both Ace and Grace. I think Luke Weaver, he was compromised this entire season after he came back from injury. When he injured his oblique, the Yankees rushed him back because they needed somebody desperately out of that bullpen. And Luke Weaver, he bit it. And it didn't help him this year. Last year, he was phenomenal. The start of the season, he was phenomenal. He had a point that his ERA was under 1. That he didn't give up a run for 20 innings or something like that. Luke
yeah,
Weaver
but he's older.
To start, huh?
Isn't he older? And he would have to.
30s.
He's like 31, 32. Luke Weaver, age. Yeah, Luke Weaver, he just turned 32 years old. Devin Williams is 29. So it's like a few years separates them. So I could see Luke Weaver coming back probably cheaper than what Devin Williams will get from the in the open market. So I could see him being a cheaper option. He's been with the organization. Tim Hill, they're definitely going to bring him back. Ahmed Rosario, you guys already heard me give my take on Ahmed. Maybe they bring him, maybe they don't because you got Cabrera coming back. You got Ryan Yarbrough, you got to bring him back. I think Paul Blackburn, every Yankee fan, would like to eject him from the stratosphere. So I don't think Paul Blackburn will be back. And if you would have asked me in a lineup who Austin Slater is, I wouldn't be. Grace, I kid you not. Anytime I saw him on the field, I had to double check. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Austin Slater.
Yeah. That he got the short straw for sure. Just terrible timing for him.
Yeah,
his injury, poor guy.
His injury, I can't blame him for injury, which sucked.
Yeah.
We wanted to see he had great numbers against left-handed pitching. He had great numbers defensively before coming. So it sucks that he didn't get a chance to earn his way back.
Yeah,
they brought him as depth just in case Judge was out for the year.
Once
Judge came back, he got they have no spot for him.
I think we need to talk. I know this is kind of looking forward to the offseason a little bit more, but I do think we need to talk just a second about Cody Bellinger and how we all have said so far, just in the last couple minutes, that's our number one priority. All 3 of us on this podcast, we think that Cody Bellinger should come back as a New York Yankee, and that should be the goal of this offseason. And I have said I don't think they're going to. I just don't see it happening. I don't think they're going to pay him what he's going to garner in the free agency market, and they're going to be cheap. They're going to friggin' piss me off. They're going to let me down, even though I want them to get Cody because of his versatility on this roster, which God knows we need it because it's messed up. And his passion, his energy, the way he conducts himself, the way he goes about his business. But more important than all that, it's his situational hitting. It's his ability to maintain a 2-strike approach. It's his ability to not strike out. It is his intelligence. It's it at the plate that I gotta have on my team. I just looked up out of curiosity because, Kyle Tucker is available as well. And a lot of people are going to be talking about Kyle Tucker upcoming in the next few weeks. Cubs are still in it as of now, I think. So, he's still playing baseball. But Kyle Tucker's agent is Scott Boras. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
So if I were Scott Boras, I would probably most likely have Kyle set the market and then go with Cody. So if the Yankees do go after Cody, I do believe it'll be a little while from now. It'll probably be after the winter meetings because I think Kyle will get signed first. That's how Scott does it. He usually does like one at a time, and he'll have his biggest piece of the offseason, and he'll do that one first. Yeah. So we're going to be waiting for a little while, I think.
Great point. What's your thoughts, Ace?
Yeah, Cody Bellinger's priority number one. I think it's different from last year and from the Soto situation because Cody wants to be here. Cody wanted to be a Yankee. His father was a Yankee. He had a great first year here. He even said he's open to coming back. This was an obvious move. This was an obvious move that he was going to get because he's going to end up getting more money. The reason the Yankees need to just give him what they feel like he's worth is because we just saw a couple of days ago how we lost this round by non-contact bats. So you're willing to lose one of the guys who's been your contact bat. So you're continuing the philosophy like of the same stuff. How many games did Cody Bellinger win us this year? The Mets game comes to mind. A couple of other games come to mind as well. He made a great play in this last game with his defense. I would bring back Cody Bellinger. But then I would honestly put Cody Bellinger I would take real consideration in putting him at first base. I really would, especially if you're going to bring up if you're going to keep Jason Dominguez and you're going to bring up Spencer Jones, right? Yeah. I would take serious consideration in saying, look, Belly, we're going to pay you like a top outfielder and you're going to be playing a lot of first base and you'll be platooning in the outfield. And Ben Rice would get the first shot at catcher for me this year.
Yeah.
And then I would bring in a right-handed catcher. I would shoot Austin Wells to the moon. Because like you got to bring in a right-handed catcher. JT Realmuto is going to be out there. Now he's up there in age. Offensively, he's dipping down, but defensively, and he still can run decent. He's a guy I would look to consider. But I would give Ben Rice that first shot at catcher. Like they said with Jason Dominguez, you're going to work all offseason. Ben Rice, you're going to work all offseason at being our catcher. Bellinger at first base gives you the ability to open up the outfield for the youngsters and Dominguez and Dominguez and Spencer Jones, or if you still want to go out there and get a Kyle Tucker. But because of his versatility, it allows you to do those moves. Right. So that's what I would do.
Yeah. When it comes to the Cody Bellinger, I agree with you 100% how Scott Boras is going to operate this offseason when it comes to like setting the market. But I don't think it's that much of. I think the Yankees can bring him back because when you look at the Yankees have a lot of money that's coming off of the books. Giancarlo Stanton this year, he made $32 million in 2025. He's going to make $19 million next year. So that's $13 million that's coming off of the books with Giancarlo Stanton alone. When you look at Cody Bellinger, he made $27.5 million this year. So that $13 million, I don't think Cody Bellinger is going to get $40 million AAV a season, right? So if you take that $13 million from Giancarlo Stanton and attach that to what Cody Bellinger was already making this season, that's $40 million right there. I don't think he's going to get $40 million per season. I could see him getting anywhere from $30 to $32 million because of the season that he just got. And when you look at the money he made this year, Grace, that's literally just a $3 million raise that he's going to get when it comes to his AAV. So it's not that much of a out of the realm possibility that Cody Bellinger could be back because the money can match up very easily and you still have an excess amount to still play with if you're the New York Yankees because you have Devin Williams who made about I think $15 million. His money is coming off of the books. You got so much more. I think you got dead money from DJ LeMahieu or Aaron Hicks that's finally coming off of the books. So the Yankees are going to have some money and ways to move around. When it comes to Jacob brought up a great point. Uptown Sports TV, the Ace Avenue. Why y'all with this convo about Tucker has a horrible postseason numbers, and you don't have the flexibility Cody gives you, and Cody going to be cheap. No, 100%, Jacob. I'm not advocating, and I don't think anybody was advocating to bring in Cody to bring in Tucker over bringing back Cody Bellinger. I think when you just look at the market. Scott Boras is going to use Tucker. To set the or if I'm Scott Boras, if I get Cody Bellinger $33 or $34 million season, I'm going to another team. Like, look at what Cody Bellinger got. Kyle Tucker is a way better baseball player when you look at all the metrics, health, defense, and all that. He's worth more than $33-34 million a season. So it's either going to use Tucker to set the market for Cody Bellinger, or use Cody Bellinger to set the market for Tucker. Those are his two big fishes, and that's why I think he's going to operate. He's not. I don't think he's going to just sit back and wait for Tucker, because look what happened with Pete Alonso. Right, he did the same shit with Juan Soto and Pete Alonso. I think if he's smart, he should have got Pete Alonso paid first, and then like, look, this is what Pete Alonso is getting paid AAV. Juan Soto is way better than him, so we got to set the market differently. You understand what I'm?
I do. I just think that with Kyle Tucker, he is he's the shiny object. Cody Bellinger is like the diamond in the rough guy, right? So like everybody, all the teams, all the market teams are going to be like going after Kyle Tucker. And if they don't get Kyle Tucker, then they're going to shift to Cody Bellinger. And Scott Boras knows that. So the way he can create the most demand is by doing one of them at a time, because if you do them both, you're going to split the demand. So you got to do one at a time. And he's going to do, I believe he will do Kyle Tucker first, because Kyle Tucker is younger. Kyle Tucker has, like more, like people want him more across the board. Okay. We saw that last year or last time Cody was a free agent, and he didn't get signed with anybody until halfway through spring training. And he ended up going to the Cubs on a club friendly deal that had a bunch of opt-outs in it. Right. So a short-term deal. So I think that it will be Kyle Tucker first. And then when the teams miss out on Kyle Tucker, Scott Boras will try to shift them to Cody Bellinger to drive his price up. And, that's why he's Scott Boras.
Yeah. We kind of got to hope that Cody gives us a little bit of a break by staying here, like wanting to be here, because like there are other teams, like the Mets need a center fielder. They go out there and they were talking about, piquing interest, Hal Steinbrenner's already showed he doesn't want to go to battle with what's the dude's name? Cohen over there.
Steve Cohen.
So yeah, we got to wait and see. But I just hope the Yankees fallback option from if they lose Cody Bellinger isn't Trent Grisham, because that'll piss me off. I would rather you go with the youth movement than anything else. But like you were saying, we're gonna have a lot of money that comes off the books, because we don't have a true $300 million payroll anyway, because a lot of it's dead money. Hicks, I believe, will owe him $1 million next year. I just looked at it on Sports Track, $1 million. DJ LeMahieu, we pay him $15 million for one more year. But we don't really have a true $300 million payroll because of all the dead money and all the guys that we retained this year. But that significantly drops next year. So it's, spend the money, do what you got to do.
Yeah. You got to spend the money this offseason and get whatever you can to try to improve this team, because this team and then Grace, just to touch on a point that Grace made at the beginning of the show, I think this was a worse loss this postseason than it was with the Dodgers, because last year in the postseason, or for the few postseasons, the one thing that we could always say was it wasn't our starting pitchers that blew the game. It was our hitters that didn't come through. This postseason, this ALDS, our pitchers every starter who wasn't named Cam got embarrassed. Max Fried got embarrassed. I love Carlos Rodon and his family, but that's not the performance that you're looking from Carlos in that situation. It was our starting rotation that let us down. Weren't able to match the zeros that the Toronto, and we thought, it'll be the Yankees. Nope. Kevin Gausman shut us up, and even Shane Bieber was out there, and not Shane Bieber. What was that rookie?
You're savage.
Savage.
I agree, and I don't think Luis Hill got a fair shot, to be honest with you.
No,
he got the hook way too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah, he got pulled, and that's the thing. Like the Yankees got to decide. Stop playing the favorites. Stop playing guys that you like. Like, stop with that shit. The loyalty is going to get you killed. Like, it's Luis Hill gave up 2 runs, right?
Yeah,
and then Vlad fell over a ball, basically slipping off the plate, and it blew. And Aaron Boone's like, "Oh, gotta pull him." Like, bro, why are you not affording him the same opportunity to figure it out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Luis Hill, he pitched better than both Fried and Rodon. If you look at it,
reigning rookie of the year.
I texted y'all. He looked like he was finally settling in, and they pulled him. Yeah. I'm like, what are we doing? But I mean, this has been the story. Feels like all year with the starting pitchers not going deep into games. It's just not. Yeah. It's just, man. Anyway, Garrett Cole's coming back next year. Let's all just remember that he's coming back off of Tommy John surgery and give him some time to ramp back up to become Garrett Cole again. He's not going to take the mound the first time and be Cy Young Cole, okay? Let me just get out in front of this right now.
I was going to say, this was me this morning, preparing and getting ready for the show. This was me this morning.
A dude who's been doing this for 32 years, full-time professional, rated by One Family Magazine, #1 clown, 9 straight years.
That's all.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. That's what the Yankees are right now.
Yeah.
Yep. So
we buying tickets to the circus every year.
It's terrible. It's just terrible.
Guys in the chat, folks, everybody that's in the chat, if you all can, hit that like button. We're sitting on 30 likes on the stream. We got over 40 people in the building rocking out. It's your guy Hector Beauchamp, Grace Monroe, and my guy, the Ace Avenue. Make sure you guys subscribe to Ace's channel. His link is in the description of this video. Don't worry. I know the Yankee season is over. Grace, myself, and Ace will figure out when it comes to coverage, live stream. We're still going to be bringing you guys coverage. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff when it comes to the Yankees offseason. But any last words? Any last words before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I got one.
Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball. I don't care what you think. Talking about the MVP.
Shout out to the captain, Aaron Judge, who got the monkeys off his back, you know what I'm saying, fought the demons. Because we know after that 5th inning, Aaron Judge was getting destroyed all off season, and people were going to say none of that's going to matter unless you get to the playoffs. And number 99 showed up in the playoffs with one of the biggest home runs on such a improbable hit. Like, they showed the stat, Aaron Judge was the only person that hit that pitch where it was at, with the speed it was at ever, right off the pole. And he wasn't the reason we lost. Like, the team let down Aaron Judge, and they got to be better. I would hate for Aaron Judge to be in a Don Mattingly category, a great Yankee that could just never get us a ring. Like, we got to do it, and it has to be a team effort. We got to build a better team around them starting this off season. Take a little bit of a break from baseball. Come back, get ready to go, and start retooling this team, because the Yankees don't rebuild. You know that we retool, and next year, hopefully, the chase for 28 ends on a good note, and we'll be here for it.
Yeah. Grace?
I'm having to dig really deep to find something positive, because I'm in a dark place right now. I got to be honest with y'all. I'm in a dark place with the New York Yankees. It's not like me. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to think like that. I don't even want to say the thoughts that I have, but let me just tell y'all, I'm in a dark place with the future of this team. And that's not Aaron Judge's fault. But you know what? I can't even say anything. I don't even want to say it, but congratulations to Aaron Judge, who had another MVP year. Congratulations to Jazz Chisholm Jr., who had our first 30-30 year for a New York Yankee in 20-something years. And Giancarlo, you did what you could. Trent, it was fun while it lasted. Devin, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Max, great first year as a Yankee, shit the bed at the end, make it up to me next year, right? Rodon, best year of your career, unfortunately ended on a tough start, but overall, great year. And Volpe, unfortunately, it's not working out, my guy. We got to have a tough conversation in the offseason with Anthony Volpe. Jason Dominguez, man, you had a tough hand dealt to you this season, and you dealt with it like a freaking champ. You held your head high. I'm so sorry what they did to you, and hopefully next year you'll get a better chance, because some of us out here just love you. And you know, first year without John Sterling, the radio broadcast did a great job. You know, I really enjoyed Sims and
shout out to Dave Sims. He
Susan.
was awesome this year.
They did a great job. Cody, it was so amazing having him in the Bronx for a year, seeing him with his dad on Old Timers Day, and finally seeing someone play left field with such grace, and he even did center field and first base, and I mean, it was great having him. I hope we can get him back. Everybody else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You know, thank you guys, Ace, Hector. This was an amazing year. To be on here with y'all. You know, I've said many times, and I'm gonna say it again, how I've just been a Yankees fan in Texas watching games by myself without any Yankees friends to talk to converse with, to commiserate with, just me and the TV alone for years, until I found this community, until I found the YouTube Yankees, a nook and cranny of YouTube that is Yankees YouTube. And y'all just embraced me, even with my Texas accent and my Southern sayings. And it just means so much to me. You guys mean so much in my life. I got several messages on Twitter from Yankees fans that I talked to saying, hey, I know the season's over, but don't disappear. Like, don't be a stranger. Like, no, I'm not y'all are my friends now. Like, we're friends, we're family. Like, this means so much to me. Okay, so I love everyone in the chat, all of y'all. Thank you for letting me hang out with the New Yorkers. And so yeah, it was a great season. Like Hector said, we're not going anywhere. We may take a small break, but we're gonna be back with more content. Anything that happens in the off season, winter meetings, ramping up spring training, we're going to do it all over again, guys, because we have a sickness and it's called being a New York Yankees fan. So love y'all so much.
It is a sickness.
You got to get one more, Grace, for the 2025 season.
Jason Dominguez.
And I think this season, what made it better.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Shout out to the good, shout out to the good people at Latino Sports. What made this season better was being able to have this type of access.
Jason, saludos. Si tú puedes, los fanáticos latinos.
And to be able to share it with all you guys and my friend Grace. And I think this right here was probably the highlight of my Yankee content creating career, being able to do this for my good friend Grace Monroe and for all y'all in the chat.
Jason, saludos. Si tú puedes, los fanáticos latinos aquí. Si tú puedes, un mensaje.
No, a todos los fanáticos latinos de aquí, de Nueva York y del mundo entero, que sigan apoyando a nosotros, su equipo, que estamos en un camino y vamos a seguir ganando, Dios mediante.
Jason, yo tengo una amiga que llama Grace. Dice, hola Grace, porfa.
Hola Grace, ¿cómo estás?
And again,
she's as bright as her shirt.
To share it with all of you guys that are in the chat, I want to shout out Must Have Snacks, who was in the building, El Delulu Yankee fan, being able to meet my guy Alex. Fuck it, I'm doxing you on the internet. I don't care. My guy Alex, Delulu Yankee fan, being able to meet him at the stadium this year was amazing. Amazing human being. It's crazy how I always say it's a 6 degrees or 60 degrees separation between people. The fact that Ace, you know him, he was always in your chat. The fact that he was real close with Dennis, and me and him, we never met. It's crazy. And then when we met, we're like, yo, we've known the same people and we've been around the same circles. We just never met each other IRL. So shout out to Alex. Shout out to the Lulu Yankee fan. Theo Dennis, who is here right now. Shout out to Delulu Yankee. Shout out to Theo Dennis and Delulu Yankee fan with their great 7-inning stretch that they do on social media. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. I love the fact that we be able to connect this season. Tina, appreciate you as well. NY Sports Empire. Old Sarge, who was in the building. Shout out to Old Sarge. Chris Perez, who was in the building. Kristen Castillo. Jacob Petruzzi. Stephen B. John the Beagle Dad, who's here. John the Beagle Dad said we can all switch to Banana Ball. I think the Savannah Bananas, their season is done right now also. Who else is in the building? Jacob Petruzzi, shout out to you. If I forgot your name, Theo Nosebleed section. Shout out to Theo Nosebleed section. Miguel Sav, appreciate you. TC Stills. Let's see, Jerry Cadill, Big Time Jerry, Cadzilla, Li Yankee King. If I didn't say your name, I do apologize. We're gonna make a video. We got membership now on the channel, so if you guys can join, it's just $3.99 a month. If you do it on your phone, it's $3.99 a month because the dollar goes to the App Store. If you do it on your computer, it's $2.99 a month. You got to make sure to let everybody know. Shout out to Erica Garcia as well, one of the best Yankee people that are out there. Shout out to her. Meeting her in the stadium this season. My lovely girlfriend, Alex Campos, who is the #1 supporter that I have, the #1 person that is in my corner, always cheering me on, always rooting me on, is my best friend, is my girlfriend, Alex. Shout out to her. But we appreciate everybody who was in the building, everybody who was here. I don't want to get too watery and too teary, but we will be coming out with more content. Off season is here. Maybe you see some Digimon streams from me and Ace. We're going to be talking some video games and maybe some comic book stuff as well. But guys, we appreciate you all. This is the ending and the wrap up for this season of Yankees Morning Brew. And I'm Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
Yours truly, the Ace.
And this is the Yankees
Morning
Brew. And until next time, y'all, peace. Arriba the dirt sheet. Salutations. Drink some water. Say something positive about yourself. And don't be a douchebag.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.